Gmail bone. Did you guys hear about the Cleveland Browns hashtag that came out recently?
No.
What?
During the season, I think it was this past season, they call their fan base like the Dog Pound because the Cleveland Browns, their mascot's a bulldog.
Because they suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Someone decided that the Twitter hashtag for the Dog Pound should be hashtag DP.
Right, of course,
And
makes sense.
so they had this hashtag like all around their facility, like on all the TVs, and it was just bringing up tons of pictures of hashtag DP that were not the Cleveland Browns fan base.
That
Oh,
is
that's
so
my favorite part of the story.
Oh my
fun.
god.
Yep. Little did they know. They thought they were having double vision.
God damn. Good job, Cleveland Browns. Good job. Some of that, I still maintain that when stuff like that happens, and then the social media department does something that's ridiculous or clearly referencing someone else, inside their internal meeting, they were like, okay, we're gonna do hashtag DP. There's gonna be some fallout. So people might be upset. Just plead ignorance. Just apologize. It's gonna get crazy buzz. People are gonna freak out. It's gonna be hilarious. They're like, they do that shit on purpose. There's no way.
But not only did they use that hashtag, they then broadcast it on all of like the TV screens around their own facility. Like, it's one thing to use the hashtag, it's another to like not even look at the hashtag before you just slap it up on a TV screen. Like, they're just like, yeah, all the families are gonna love this.
That's just trusting technology way too much. Speaking of trusting technology.
Speaking of social media
anyways.
marketing campaigns, I actually have an interesting topic that's not on the list. It's a quicko.
Okay.
Go for it.
Did you guys hear about what Burger King did?
No.
I've heard many things about Burger King, but I haven't heard.
Have they fixed their chicken
recently.
nuggets yet?
Shut up. No, shut up. So in the last in the last week, I don't know when it was, in the last couple days, apparently Burger King's social media manager or someone on their team has been using the Burger King official account to go into like YouTuber and streamer Twitter archives and like has been liking Twitter posts from 2010 or something, like from a weirdly long time ago. And they did this to people. I think it happened to Casey Neistat, and he made a video about it today or yesterday or something. It happened to like Nade Shot. It's been happening to like a wide range of influencer people, you know. And it was entirely because they're bringing back some products, sugar cinnamon fried churro fries or something that was out whenever in the year that they were liking those tweets from. But because it was the Burger King account, everyone got notified, and all these influencers started tweeting, and they were like, why the fuck is Burger King liking these tweets from like 9 years ago, blah. And they had this whole blow up of social media because they were just doing like weird stuff with their verified account.
I mean, that's pretty smart, actually.
Yeah, it's really clever. Like, it sounds kind of like trashy when you first hear it. It did to me. But if you really think about it, like, that's fucking brilliant. They got so much free advertising from that, and people are freaking out. And I heard about that this morning. I thought that was interesting.
It's like whenever you're scrolling through your mentions on Twitter and you see someone like tweets from like 6 years ago, and you're like, okay, that's one to keep an eye on. You see Burger King like a tweet from 10 years ago.
You
that's
actually
an account
look
to keep
at
an
your
eye on.
interaction, not even the mention. You look at the interaction tab. Is that what
Well,
you look
okay, there didn't used to be two separate tabs, so they used to just see them all at once.
at? Right.
Way
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah, way back.
Yeah,
in the
okay,
day.
so I'll look at the interaction tab. So what?
Yeah.
Well, you do.
No, I don't.
You can't.
You
By the
will.
way,
you
Burger
might.
King, you get like 30 nuggets for 10 cents now or something crazy. Not sponsored. Also, wouldn't
Wow.
eat them yet.
Wow.
They used to have some, like, in my opinion, Burger King, like back in the 90s, had chicken that rivaled McDonald's and Wendy's. But, like, then they did the Crowns, which never cooked as well through. And then I don't know what the hell they did to them after that, but they changed the batter or, like, whatever. I don't know. They changed something. And now the last time I had their nuggets was like 5 years ago. They were so bad. I don't know if they're still bad. I just don't want to try them again because I was so disappointed the last time I had them. The chicken fries are decent, though. right? Anybody?
All right. Yeah. You right.
Anyway.
You right.
Come on.
Oh no, is your thing working again?
It's working again.
It's not gonna
Oh,
when you
shit.
press the button.
I missed the
No,
fart
you
sounds.
right.
Speaking of which, we had like some weird power things the last
Fuck.
10 hours. And we had like a power surge this morning that messed up all my shit. But last night at like 4 in the morning, our power went off. And I don't know what in my house has a police siren built into it, but when the power went out, it sounded like there was a police car parked in our like entryway. I do not know what made that noise, but it was like some woo! And I just have no clue what it was. I was looking for like 30 minutes.
Probably your
no clue what it
CO2
was.
detector. Ours makes an obnoxious sound when the power goes
The
out.
only one of those I know of is right next to our bedroom, and so like the place that the sound came from didn't make sense.
Was it from the basement? Would it be maybe where there's a sump pump or something?
Possibly, like it could have come from down here. I just heard it through the vent, but I
That's
didn't
weird.
look down here. I guess
These are problems and issues that don't pertain to the average our audience.
power outages.
We're
None
not.
of them own homes. What are you talking about?
Wow.
They will, and it's something to worry about.
No, they
Wow,
won't. This
wow.
is the millennial and or next whatever the after millennial generation is. None of them are gonna
What are
own
they gonna do? Live in
homes.
caves?
No, they're gonna rent until they die. That's how it works.
Well,
Apartments still
you know what the
have
problem is.
CO2 detectors.
Those millennials buy too many avocado toasts,
That's
and they
what-
do too
yeah.
many tenders.
Those are just Californians.
They're free shavakadoos. They need to get those skittos out of here.
What are you even doing here? All right. Anyway.
Don't get me started on that. I will talk like that the whole day.
Anyway, should we talk about the first
Anyway, yes.
official topic on the script?
Yeah.
Yes.
I actually added some stuff to this list.
I
and
see
added a
that.
part
So
C.
when I saw that, I was like, I don't remember typing that. Must have done it in my
Yeah,
sleep.
I did that.
It's
Oh,
in a
no, Wade
different
helped.
font.
Wade helped.
Oh, okay, I couldn't get the link to look the same for some reason, but the other part looks whatever.
Doesn't know how to copy and paste a link. It's okay.
Yeah.
I
I-
did.
I've got
Alright.
another thing to talk about that I'm probably going to expand into like a mini video because it's just infuriating, but
Mhm.
I'll talk about it later.
Is it
It's
related
about-
to this, or is it just?
No, it's YouTube's manual review system, and
Ah.
I have some
Oh,
opinions.
we all love that.
Yeah.
Okay, well then
So
I'll
anyway.
take this picture of
YouTube
Pokimane
cares.
down off my screen.
No. We can carry on with this. I don't have to talk about this. We've already had our own little 3 Peens mini boner. Like, got to get to the main stories.
At our mini boat.
What would you call like a mini
That's what
story?
I call
Like
it in my head.
Yeah, little mini boner.
I guess I've just never experienced a mini boner.
That we
bonus
just
boner.
we just
Go
knocked,
big or go home.
we just knocked the balls around to start for a minute there, and then we really go dive into it.
All right, I can see knocking the balls. All right,
Yeah.
Bob, go ahead. Anyway, transition.
Anyway,
As I pull up a picture of famous streamer Pokimane, topic number 1 today is that apparently I missed this completely. I missed a chance to be outraged. Apparently some Twitch streamers have been pretty upset because in the last couple months, in December, Twitch bought ads on its own platform and played like ads during people's streams for Ninja's New Year's Eve Fortnite gaming thing, and then again in January or at the end of January, leading up to the Pro Bowl, which was this past weekend, like Sunday this past weekend, they played
right.
advertisements for Pokimane's Pro Bowl event. She is a pretty big streamer. I don't know if you know her face, but Pokimane, the name you've probably heard. She's pretty big on Twitch. She had an
I've met
official deal.
Pokimane.
You've met Pokimane.
Yeah, I did an event with her at Stand Up to Cancer.
That's
Oh,
cool.
I think I saw the Twitch ad for that.
Oh yeah, that one.
But yeah, she had like a partnered thing where she partnered with the NFL and did a stream or some streams. I didn't actually watch it, but she was at the Pro Bowl in Hawaii doing some streaming event. And some people were pretty pissed because like literally during like right now, if an ad rolled, if we did it manually or if one played for someone who's not subscribed or whatever, they were playing ads that were like, Pokimane's going to be streaming live on her own channel and on the Pro Bowl. Go watch Pokimane stream and people were like, well, I'm streaming and I'm not her. So I guess I didn't honestly miss this completely, but I'm reading about the resolution and I saw Twitch made a statement about it. But does this bother you guys? Am I just weird for not being concerned about this? Or
No, I don't get the outrage, to be perfectly honest.
Twitch has always had this thing where like virtually every Twitch channel has their own set of like rules that you follow. Like don't spam in all caps, or don't be a dick, or don't go and promote your stream in my chat, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of been an unspoken rule for every Twitch channel forever. And the reason people are pissed is because that's always been a thing. And I believe, I don't know about Pokemon for sure, but I know Ninja for a fact, and his Twitch rules is don't come into my stream, promote your channel. And they feel like it's a double standard to say, hey, nobody's allowed to come to my stream and promote their own channels, but as soon as I roll an ad, I'm promoting your channel because Twitch has allowed advertisements promoting another channel. So it's less so about the fact that they actually think that there's something terrible is going to happen, and more so that about the fact that it's this unspoken rule that Twitch is broken, even though the people in the commercials also follow the same rule.
I think
that's the thing.
Yeah, I totally get that, and I understand it from that perspective. But at the same time, it does come down to like view mongering. Like, I don't think that anyone on your channel, if you're someone's watching you right now and they watch you because they like you, and they see an ad for someone else, there might be a handful of people that's like, oh yeah, sure, I'll watch that when that comes out. But then it was the same number of people that if a movie ad comes up, they'll be like, oh, okay, that movie's tonight, I gotta go see that, or the TV show's on tonight, I gotta go see that. It's really like you're number one, you're getting money for it, like true, and it's part of the whole platform, and you're not alone on the entire website. If someone on my YouTube channel, if a pre-roll ad had some other YouTuber's event, or even like some other YouTuber paid for ad content, like that's part of the deal. Like that's just how it works. If they want to pay for it, it's not like cost effective, that's fine. But even if someone else is paying for some other event, like that's just part of the deal. You're not alone. It's not an island. Everyone has their own channels and everything. Like the rising tide raises all ships mentality kind of like goes through there.
I mean, a lot of it's just a bunch of old people shaking their canes at change. Like that's a lot of it. But I mean, I don't know. I see both sides. I don't personally really care because YouTube's always had that thing where, you know, we can pay to promote our, you know, for ads on YouTube. So I'm used to that being a thing.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really bother me.
I do feel like this comes from a place, this is sort of indicative of a weird thing on Twitch. Like I also have the rule, the sort of unspoken rule in my chat. Like if you come in and you're like, hey, I'm streaming, come watch me. Like, yes, overt self-promotion, posting your link or whatever in chat, like that's not cool, that's rude, and that's sort of, you know, that's trying to poach viewers, that's rude. But I've seen people talking about and seen clips of people where it's like someone comes in and they're like, hey, how's it going, and they use some other streamer's emote is when they come in, and the streamer's like, don't fucking use other people's emotes in here, get out. But and it's like, what? Whoa, like I do that all the time because I don't subscribe to like every single channel that I watch. And maybe I should, if for some of them that I watch more and I really like, but like I only have a set amount of emotes to use, especially if I'm in some random stream, if I go in with a raid or a host or something and I'm like, I'm in a new place. And like, so yeah, like there's the whole Twitch promoting other streamers, while that's kind of an unspoken rule not to do that, there's this whole culture of like, such negativity around anything if you talk about other streamers, and it happens in my chat too. People, I mean, Wade, you and I live with this. I doubt Mark gets this in the other direction, but like people come into our shit in our comments in our chat and they're like, where's Mark, where's Jack?
Oh yeah,
and
it's
like all the time.
Yeah, okay, that has to be shut down a little just because it's so much. Like it spams chat sometimes and people don't let it go. But even that's not hurting me. That's something that annoys me because of the amount of times it's happened, but that's only good. The fact that people are talking about other streamers, that communities get connected and interwoven, is only good. There's all my friends that stream, that I stream with and that I watch and stuff, like our communities all have some level of overlap. Some of them are less than others, but like it's, I don't know. That mentality is just so negative and unnecessary. It's not hurting you. It's so not hurting you if people are talking about other streamers or talking about they're here because of some other streamer or recommending things to each other. Like, I just don't get it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the same thing kind of like hit YouTube a long time ago, probably still does to this day. But it's like the mentality, if you're so focused on creating an isolated community, it's never gonna flourish. It's never gonna grow. Like if you're so worried about holding on to everything that you have, you're never gonna focus on the actually important things about streaming, which is having fun and entertaining people. And it's just like, ah, man, there are bigger problems to worry about than some other Twitch streamers ad playing on your stream. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like,
Oh, and
not the worst.
I had another thought. Sorry, not to cut you off,
No,
but
go
I
ahead.
meant to say this.
No, go for it.
The other thing about these ads is it's not like they weren't just ads that were like, "Hey, Ninja's on Twitch. Go, you should watch Ninja." His New Year's Eve thing was like this big event that Twitch put on. I think it was like sponsored by Twitch, right? So it wasn't even that they were promoting his channel as much as they were promoting this specific event. And same with Pokemon. Pokimane. I don't know her, but she did a deal where she did work directly with the NFL at the Pro Bowl. It was a big thing. Like, that's great. I want that shit to blow up because I want companies and advertisers to see Twitch streamers advertising, doing promotions with them, having them come and do streams at your event is great. It brings interest. It grows, community. Like, that's also only good for us. And it's not like it does lead to people like discovering them and maybe following their channel, but I don't think it's meant to drive people to their channel. It's meant to make those events successful for the Twitch community as well.
Yeah.
Following the threads on this, people said like the problem with these advertisements is it was directed people to their channels for these events, and they're like, yeah, if this was hosted on a neutral channel, I wouldn't care. Which is also kind of weird because even on a neutral channel, you'd be seeing that person doing the thing, and you'd just be like, oh, who's this? Ninja. All right, I'm gonna go to their stream. Like, it wouldn't be that hard. I don't know. The logic behind it, like I said, I kind of see both sides, but overall, it's like everyone knows the name Ninja, seeing he has an event. It's like, is it really that shocking? Are you really gonna lose that many people? Because I mean, he's been around for a little bit now, and he's obviously, everyone's heard of him.
Yeah.
If you watch Twitch regularly, you've heard someone say the name Ninja at some point. Pokemane is one I think I've heard the name before, but I've never seen any of her stuff or whatever. But I don't know. I guess they're worried about a slippery slope of eventually people paying for their own advertising on Twitch. So I'm like, oh, hey guys, I'm Wade. Come check me out. Twitch.tv/minute777.
There's nothing
that, but even
there's nothing stopping people from doing that in the first place. Like, they could do that, but it's just not like it would be no point because you'd never get, like, you'd be paying way more than you would get. It's
I don't
kind
think
of
it worked on YouTube when people did it. I don't think
No, they had that program where they were you would submit like a small video, and YouTube would spend to promote your video all around YouTube as an advertisement. And I don't think it worked anyway, just because
I don't think it did either.
it wasn't that effective. Yeah, but it's just like the priorities need to be in the right place. Like, if you're getting outraged at this, like it does reflect in some way, depending on your argument, of course, but it does reflect in some way like where your priorities lie in terms of like your fan base and your audience. And yes, there is like, you don't want people shilling out all over on everyone else's channel, but there aren't that many ways to spread around on Twitch anyway. So, and I'm not saying this is the best option, but you got to be open to at least something and celebrating these moments when some streamers do something really cool, because that opens the door for other people. And if you close the door on it too tightly, then you lose out on opportunities.
Yep.
Yeah. Just to I don't know if you guys have a lot more to say, but I was going to talk about the third part here that I added, but if you guys have more, go ahead.
No, I think that's a good way to wrap it up.
So Twitch eventually finally acknowledged all of this. Like, after the Ninja thing, I don't think they really said anything. After the Pokemane, they took down the ad, I guess after like one day or something. And they issued a statement. I guess I should bring the statement itself up. Basically, in the statement, they're like, hey, we see that you guys aren't happy about the fact that we're promoting other people's streams indirectly through these events. And we like your feedback. Please keep giving us feedback. But they issued this big statement basically saying like, hey, you don't like this. We took it down. But they never actually quite apologized. So it's not like I don't think they're actually sorry they did it. I think they just got tired of the outrage and took it down for that reason. But I just thought it was interesting that they went ahead and acknowledged it, took it down, and said, thank you for your feedback and holding us accountable. But they never actually say the words, we're sorry, or anything like that. Just an interesting way to issue it.
I think it's more because they didn't technically do anything wrong.
Yeah.
They didn't hurt anybody. They didn't like negatively impact people in a tangible way. It was really something that was the community was like, we don't accept this. And like it's like, okay, you don't all right, we'll move on. Like that's kind of it. You don't say sorry in that scenario because like you're like,
it's weird that they say we want you to hold us accountable and we're glad you did in this instance. Basically, it's like they're saying they indirectly are saying like, what we did was kind of shitty, but we're not sorry. That's kind of how it reads. I don't know. That's how I read it anyway.
I mean, fair enough. I mean, if that's all they feel is necessary, like I don't need an essay of apology for something. But then again, I wasn't offended by it in the first place.
I'll link it in chat there, so if people want to read it.
Hey, we've got it. Bob and I, we've got it pulled up.
Oh yeah. Wait, do you not have it on screen right now? What are you doing?
Dude, of course I do. What are you doing?
Look at this guy going on and on about treating people with respect, and then he's gonna talk about a document.
I don't have the setup that you guys have. Oh, boom! There it is.
Yeah,
look at that.
I mean, I guess I'm way less offended. Wow,
what a great statement. Man.
Good shit, Wade. Wow, look at that.
Thank you.
That's you guys should definitely check out Wade's perspective. That is unbelievable.
All right.
I can really see almost 60% of that statement.
There we go.
I'm working on it. There we go.
Oh God, where's that sound coming from?
During the winter collection sales event,
oh,
get special offers on select L-certified models.
Stop it! All right, some webpage I had open in the background started playing a sound.
Oh, I thought this was a professional stream. What's happening over there? You guys are assholes.
Professional.
Profesh. Yeah, I mean, I get that some people were pretty pissed and wanted it an apology, but I don't think that's Twitch's problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, to me, it's weird that they issued an apology statement without actually apologizing, because that's what this is. I mean, I don't know what else to call it.
Well, no, it's a statement. It's a statement officially announcing, like, okay, we took those ads down. We heard your feedback, so that's not going to happen anymore. The ad is taken off, and thanks for your feedback. It was Twitch not backing down and not just being like, oh, sorry, oh, God. But at the same time being like, okay, we hear you. We acknowledge you. We did what you asked. We're going to figure out how to do this in the future so that you're happy and we get what we want as a business out of it. I'm sure this is not the last time this is going to happen, but they're going to re-strategize what sort of ad they'll roll, how they're going to promote it in the future, because Twitch is trying to grow their events, sponsor more events, have more big stuff on Twitch itself. Like, they're trying to grow the platform. It's a business. Them getting multi-billion-dollar contracts with the NFL or with whatever big organizations, like, can only be good for the platform.
Just saying that they unintentionally like had a harmful side effect, to say that they will not run ads like that again, and to say we're glad you're here holding us accountable. All three of those combined sound like the basis of an apology, but I just love the fact that they never actually come out and say it. That was my only point. It's just like they have all these things that are like, oh yeah, we were wrong, we're taking it down, and we'll never do it again.
I know what it is. It's a concession speech.
Yeah,
like, you know, in a political context, you don't say sorry for losing. It's just like, all right,
that's true.
I lost. You were right.
Speech.
I'm backing off. Like, that's all it is. They'll come
everyone
back.
ate it up. Like, everyone saw that post, like, Twitch, yeah.
Well, and to give a little context that we are familiar with, imagine if YouTube had done this about anything. Even though everyone's pissed about the adpocalypse stuff, the demonetization, the shadow demon, like the whole sequence of events with YouTube, they're not going to apologize for that, because they're trying to make sure that their business stays viable and they keep getting advertisers. But if they had put out a single post that was like, we hear you about the demonetization, we're going to work on how that is displayed to creators, and we're going to work on communicate, people would have been like, oh, YouTube, yes, you turned it around. Like, that is different. That's easy. This is all YouTube isn't doing that is pissing off YouTube creators so much, as opposed to Twitch is trying to be like, look, we're not going to pander to you, but we hear what you're saying, and we'll think about it. I think
the difference with YouTube possibly doing it is that YouTube never does anything like that. So even if they gave us it's like it's like we're starving to death, and Twitch is like, all right, here's some moldy bread. And we're like, But if YouTube gave us moldy bread, it would be like, oh my god, this is the first food we've ever gotten.
I just realized YouTube already does this specific thing when they promote any other YouTuber's YouTube Red series. They play ads all over YouTube.
That's
true.
true.
It is the exact same thing because it links to their YouTube channel. This is the exact thing.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
It is an exact parallel. Like, because it's YouTube funding it. Like, it's not the streamer fund, or it's not the YouTuber funding it. It's their own content that exists on their own channel. It drives people to that channel. Like, it's the exact same thing. And there was never any outrage for it because it just makes sense.
Well,
Like,
I
it
think
makes sense.
I think the creators have a lot more influence on Twitch right now than they ever did with YouTube. I think the top creators, the original quote-unquote creators with Twitch that are outraged about this, still have a lot more say. Because, like, YouTube, like, whatever, they've never... maybe, like, back in 2004 they cared, but, like...
Yeah, because it's like with Twitch, the average... With YouTube, the majority of top YouTubers don't even account for 10% of the total platform views. Twitch, the top streamers, account for like 90% of the total platform views because the majority of people watching Twitch don't watch smaller channels, they watch bigger channels. It's very much opposite. So the culture is very much about like shoving as many people into as few channels as possible, whereas YouTube is so big that like people spread out into channels that could be anywhere, and individual videos are the things that get like the most views. So I guess it is different.
Yeah, and in another sense, like YouTube videos are usually like what, 15 minutes long, is maybe like the average, maybe higher, maybe lower, whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas a Twitch stream is generally like 2 to 10 hours long. Very few people stream for 15 minutes. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. People would stick with one person for a longer amount of time.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Who wants to read the next one?
I'll do it.
Go for it.
Facebook. Dun dun dun. Knowingly scammed people out of hundreds, in some cases thousands of dollars, and then denied any refund whatsoever. Facebook encouraged children to spend money, sometimes unknowingly, and referred to this as friendly fraud. A team within Facebook even... Should I keep reading or should I stop?
Keep going.
Okay. A team within Facebook even devised a strategy to reduce the risk of children spending money without consent, but the fix was ignored because the objective was to maximize profits from gaming. This information comes from an ongoing class action lawsuit wherein plaintiffs are attempting to get their money back from Facebook. www.revealnews.org.
Okay, don't read that. Yeah, okay, thanks. Good. Okay, good. Yeah.
This doesn't surprise me. I just want to say, like, first and foremost, the idea that the board of directors of Facebook was like, one person was like, hey, these kids are just spending their parents' money, we should stop them. And then the board of directors going, all they heard was spending money and stop. And they're like, how could you stop them spending money? What, are you crazy? And then, of course, they would want more money.
So what was this, like, I guess, what was the scam?
Well, so it's not really a scam, but just the way it's designed, all those like Facebook games like Farmville and This Is How Gangsters Work, or like all the Facebook games that you can play that are little like, you know, microtransaction based games were just designed so that you play and you play and then you're out of stamina for the day, but you can get a whole day's worth of stamina for 500 fun points, and it turns out 500 fun points cost $10.
So basically they were just mobile games on Facebook.
So they were set up where it was like 1 or 2 click, like super easy fast transactions, and these kids are on their parents' cell phone or whatever, on where they have their payment set up for whatever reason the parent has it set up, and the kid could just be like, yeah, I want to play more, click and spend $10 and then spend $20 and then buy some special, and like it wasn't like you have to pay $10 to play more game. It was like, all you need is some coins. Click to get coins, and then getting coins is actually spending money. So the kids weren't being like tricked, and it wasn't like It goes into the area of like deceptive practices where obviously they knew this was an issue and they didn't do anything to stop it, but it was just like so easy for the kid to spend money with no input from an adult, no password or code to protect it or anything, and kids would just like clickety click, get more coins, click the thing, do, and spend, you know, suddenly you spend $500 because you played this game for 5 days in a row.
Oh yeah, it's like the mobile games where it's like, oh, for a 10,000 fun gems, you get blah 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 blah, but that's $100 purchase. I know, I've seen them.
And so,
well, go ahead.
I guess the reason this stood out to me is not that Facebook does this, but that there are documents in that I didn't put in the notes here from the article. There were documents from the court case that were unsealed that were literally, they referred to it as friendly fraud. It's not like Facebook was like, I don't care if the kids get tricked and spend money. They were like, let them do, come on. How do we get more kids to do this? This is just friendly fraud. Like, this is just like documented proof that it's not like a suspicion that Facebook is evil and being predatory. They just actually were. The documents show how they felt about this, which is interesting because I think everyone sort of suspects companies like Facebook are kind of like, how do we squeeze the money out, you know? But
yeah, I mean, they had this problem on the App Store with like mobile games, like what you were saying, but then Apple did something to stop that. Like Apple actually like took measures. So the disconnect is like, this situation appears all the time in these like microtransactions where kids are using these things, and then Apple's board of directors were like, oh shit, that's no good, that's morally bad. And then Facebook, being who they are, was like, I don't see a problem here. So
yeah, this is friendly fraud, not bad fraud.
yeah. Yeah, well, so what Apple did is to do microtransactions now, you have to either log in or do Touch ID or Face ID, right? Like, it's impossible to do a microtransaction in-app purchase without, like, if I gave my phone to a child, they would have to have my password in order to do that. So there's like a step of security there that does not exist on Facebook, as far as I could tell from reading the article and the documents.
Even that though, like, God, the way that mobile games and these Facebook games are structured is just so scummy. It's so scummy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. It's the gambling of the internet. It's the worst common denominator of like how to exploit people. That's
which
all
children
it is.
gambling is still illegal here. So the fact that they found temporary at least ways around it is just.
Have you gone to mysterybox?
No, I've watched. I watched H3's coverage of that though.
What is it?
Ethan's
Mystery
discussion.
Box something?
It's something like that. I can't remember what it is, but I don't want to mention the website anyway because it's probably not good like to talk about it. Yeah. Oh, actually, I think I found it. The website's down.
What's the general? I don't know anything about this.
So that was a site where you go and you can buy. It's like you know at PAX where you can get those big mystery cubes that have like the question mark boxes where it's like there might be it's like that but digital, and so it's like you could get Apple AirPods or an iPhone XS or whatever, or you could get a $2 thing like a sticker, and it's like a digital mystery box in that exact same way, but they're like, the website had like hundreds of different boxes with different contents and stuff.
Oh yeah. And like you could customize your own box, which was the weirdest thing about it. Like, I want this box to contain a MacBook or an Apple Watch, and it would price out what that box would cost. You'd get the ads or the odds, and then you would pay money, and then you would get shit.
That's weird.
You lose money. You just put money in and you lose money.
Yeah,
that's how it works.
Just for the fact that there was like a 0.1% chance you might get something more than your money.
Yep.
So it's literally just gambling.
I mean,
it's gambling.
Put money in to try and win more money, but you never win more money. Sounds like gambling.
Exactly.
I feel like the thing with gambling though is you have a chance of winning like a penny back if you bet $10, like, oh, and I've got 10.01. Whereas with a lot of this stuff, it's like you have a 0.1% chance of getting something worth your money. So you're never going to come out even. Like, you pull that lever one time and you've already lost.
Yes.
It's gambling with no chance of winning is what all this shit is.
Well, what I've seen, or what I've heard people talking about anyway, is even if you do win, like, the products are all like Chinese knockoffs. Like, you don't win a pair of AirPods, you win a pair of whatever, some off-brand white earbud wireless headphone set thing, and it's like, it's not, you don't even get the real thing. Or if you win like a pair of shoes, you get like knockoff Yeezys or whatever. Like, they're not, it's all a scam. It was just to try and get as much cash as possible as quickly as possible before the consequences set in of what they were doing. Soldier pods. Yeah.
No,
you win a Soldier game console and some Soldier pods. That's what you
The
win.
new
Well, that's
mystery
totally worth
Soldier
it, man.
box. The new
That's great.
Soldierbox.com for all your Soldier Box needs.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Soldier Gotcha games coming out soon.
Yeah. Anyway,
I play some gotcha games. I know the temptation to spend like, oh god, just today only 99 cents and I can get a $2 purchase. Oh, it's such a good deal.
Oh, I've dumped hundreds into Clicker Heroes. I think I've literally hundreds of dollars just because I couldn't resist the temptation to go deeper. And then it was the same game just with bigger numbers and I got really sad. So then I deleted the game.
Dude, I'm playing Dragalia, which is like a Nintendo endorsed gotcha game. There's no PvP, so I don't feel the pressure to like need to buy stuff on it, which is why I'm still playing it. But occasionally, like I've bought a couple packs on there, and it's like, oh man, for only $5. All right, you know what? I'll splurge. And then after I do, I'm like, I'm an idiot. Like that's my first thought. I'm not even happy when I do it. Like I sit there like this, sweat dripping down my face. I'm like, okay, $5 this week. I can do it. I can do it. And then I do it, and it's like, I feel gross. I need to go shower now.
I've done that where you spend the money and you spend all the special super gems you get in like 2 minutes, and you're like, oh, I'm back to where I was.
Yeah, it's like, oh, good, I got nothing. All right.
Nailed it. 10 out of 10 gaming experience.
That $5 would sure be nice about now.
Yeah.
Or 500, whatever it is. Because I mean,
really want some coffee, but man.
What's the other thing about it, right? Like, even if you spend 99 cents, like if you limit your purchases, the games are designed in such a way where like the $50 purchase is the minimum to do like the roll for whatever the shit is. It's like, oh, if you spend 5,000 gems, you're guaranteed a 5-star blah blah blah. It's like, oh, okay, 5,000 gems. How much is 5,000 gems? Let's see, 99 cents gets you 100 gems. $20 gets you 1,200 gems. All right. $50 gets you 4,500. I'm just 500 short. I spent $7,500. I get 10,000. All right, Mom, I sold your car, but I got a guaranteed 5-star. Oh, I got the worst one. That's too bad. I gotta do it again.
Yeah.
Like, that's how they're all set up.
It's like it's a scam.
It is a scam. They're all scams. They're scams that we all fall for, and for some reason continue to just jump out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
I have to say I've never done that.
Don't run.
I've no interest whatsoever. I'm not sold on the appeal of those things, but I know a lot of people do. That's why it works. That's why they keep doing them.
I mean, some of the games, like, I played a few of them. Like, I did the Marvel Strike Force a while back. I've done a few of them. And some of the games are actually, you know, the graphics are well done. Like, they're actually fun to play. But then you just get to a certain point. It's like they design it to where it's fun. Then you hit a wall of like, man, it's hard to progress now. If only I had this better stuff. And that's where they get you.
Yeah, I did it. I guess I played Clash of Clans for a while and was kind of into it. And I spent like a little, like maybe $20 on that game in an iTunes gift card that I got for like Christmas. But I reached a point where it was hard to progress, and I was just like, well, I'm not spending more money on this.
Yeah.
I guess I'm done.
I've always avoided the games where you have to like build up a kingdom and fight other people.
Yeah.
Because it always feels like you're notoriously, if you don't spend money, you're right next to someone who spends like goddamn $10,000 a day. And it's like, all right, we're both level 1. Oh, no, dinner time, I'm gonna log back on. Oh, they're level 500 and they've got top tier units and they're marching at me. Well, archer and sword guy, good luck.
Sounds like you have a lot of experience with this, Wade.
Yeah.
I've played a decent amount of different games in my day, and I've hated them all in the end.